How's it going, lads? Marshall here, and welcome to another video on the channel. But today sees a return of a former series to the channel. We did it throughout last year. We did it at the start of this year with the likes of Iheanacho versus Rashford, Higuain versus Aguero. Today we bring it back, and if you are excited for the return of the Versus series, smash that like button straight away. 1,000 likes is your target, and if you do want any cheap MSP, PSN, and even game codes, head on over to j2a.com, use that code M89. Every single link I will need is right there in the description below. Now, with this series, if you don't know how it works, we pit one player up against another. Today we see Martial versus Lacazette. Now, these players can be in different positions. It doesn't matter. We could see like a left winger versus a forward. I'm seeing suggestions of Ronaldo versus Ronaldo, which I will do in the future. So kind of just wait for that one. But today I thought, you know what? Martial was requested a lot. Lacazette was requested a lot. Why not pit them up against each other? They've got similar stats. They've got similar abilities. They've got the 4-star combo. They're very similar players on this game. So I thought, you know what? We'll pit them up against each other and see who comes out the victor. Now, they get 5 games to impress and 5 games only. If they don't impress in the 5 games, the other guy's obviously going to win. But they've got 5 games to stand out. So the team in the background, you would have seen it, but it's tweaked a little bit. We have down here Walker, Smalling, Ferdinand, Ashley Cole, Pogba for the link with Martial. It doesn't really need that strong link. Actually, Pogba does need a strong link there. David Luiz at CDM. Can't say right centre mid. Fekir, I know a lot of you want him reviewed, which I will do in the future. Don't worry about that. He's in at Cam. We have Lacazette and Martial. And you'll notice as well, they are both on basic chem styles because I want to keep this kind of impartial. What am I saying there? Kind of equal. So they don't have both like Hunter chem styles to boost their stats, which are already great. They don't have like Catalyst, Maestros. You get the idea. So I wanted to keep them on basic and kind of pit them up against each other. So in terms of stats from the base cards, Martial has 5 more pace. That is very important to the card. However, like I said, for a striker, has 92 shooting, and Martial has 85 dribbling. 90 for Martial, 93 for Lacazette. Physical, these are very, very important. 83 for Martial, 87 for Lacazette. Passing, 80 and 86. In terms of the skill moves and the weak foot, like I said, they are similar, very similar. 4-star combo on each of the cards. High medium workers on Martial, high on Lacazette. Martial is 6 foot tall, Lacazette is 5'9", I do believe. So in terms of height, it doesn't really matter. Lacazette's got a great jump on him. He's got 99 hidden accuracy in the corners. He's at the near post, and in this video, he actually does score from a corner kick. So let's get in the in-games. So here we go, and when comparing stats, I'm looking for stats that kind of stand out for each card. So with Martial, 96 acceleration compared with Lacazette. 87. Strength is very similar in both categories. 87 for Martial and 88 for Lacazette. Skill attributes, 86 ball control Martial, 92 dribbling. Skill Lacazette has 90 ball control and 93 dribbling with 96 finishing compared with Martial's 88. Like I said, the 4-star combo, and the one trade that interested me between the two was Martial's backs into play. Now, a lot of top players on this game have that. You look at Ibrahimovic, for example. He's got the trait backs into play. I mean, Ibra on this game's got every single trait under the sun. But with Martial having the pace that he's got, having the acceleration that he's got, and the sprint speed, what he does is he backs in the player, then makes the run around him. So he's kind of dynamic in that way. As you see Lacazette scoring the first game, this is going to go in oh my god, I can't say that. Chronological order. It's going to go from the game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5. You get the idea. Now, with other cards, if I play more than 5 games, you'll get to know at the end of the video. So, like I said, we played 5 games in 5 games only. Martial getting on the score sheet in the first game. Like I said, has already scored. We've got the pros on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. We've got the average price at this moment in time on both consoles, the lowest bid anyways. And we have the skill moves, the weak foot, and the work rates at the bottom. So let's get into price with both cards. Now, the thing that interests me the most is the price of Martial and the height Martial brings. He's 86 rated compared to Lacazette's 89. He's 375 kill on the Xbox, 410 on the PlayStation, compared with 280 on the Xbox and 350 for an 89 rated card on both consoles on Lacazette's side, as Martial scores a corker in game 2, and that one was a fizzer. It went right in off the underside of the crossbar. A great strike from Martial. No keeper in the game was going to stop that one inside the area. Great strike into the roof of the net. Lacazette, however, 2 minutes later, was not to be undone. A long shot from fully nearly 35, maybe 40 yards out. What a strike that is. Now, the goalkeeper was probably culpable of letting that in. I mean, that was shocking goalkeeping. And you'll see it on the replay. Just look how far out it is. It's a massive scope on the camera. And that is a cracking strike. It's got a lot of power. It's got a lot of accuracy. And it's got great finishing at the end of it. But the keeper was at fault. Now, let's get on the pros and the cons between the card. I've got 3 main pros and 1 con with each card. So, Martial is obviously the pace. Even though the speed is with Lacazette from time to time, the acceleration of Martial is just too good. It's so good on this game. It is ridiculous. Once he's on the last man, you're not catching Martial in full flow. The acceleration is unbelievable. They hit that top speed. It's very, very fast. But not only is he very fast, he's also got the movement to back it up. Now with the cards and the instructions are set and are put in, get in behind, press the back line on both strikers. It's pointless kind of having 2 strikers and setting them kind of different instructions, so in game they give you different outcomes, but I set the same on them. Now what I noticed with the movement with Lacazette, his high defensive work rate was kind of overriding the instructions I put on him. I put the same as I did with Martial. Martial would stay on the last man, he'd press the back line. Lacazette, however, he dipped further back in the field, hence why he got a lot more assists than Martial did. Martial got 0 assists. Lacazette actually got the 4. So that is the reason why he did get, and you'll see by the way they're set out in game and the positions they averagely kind of find themselves in game as Lacazette sent Smalling back to Fulham with that ball roll drag back. That was unbelievable. You see it on replay as well, just how smooth it was. That's the agility coming into play, and that is one of the main kind of pro with Lacazette is his agility is unbelievable. Look at that, man, how fast he did it. Sensational. Do you have a pros with Lacazette? We have his speed, of course. I'm not saying he's slow, but compared with Martial, he's just that little bit worse off in terms of hitting that top speed very fast, because Martial, with the acceleration he's got, is bloody unreal. Finishing as well, he is a clinical striker, but I'm not saying Martial's not. I'm only having 3 pros for each of them, and yeah, with Lacazette, his finishing is a pro. Martial, finishing would be a pro as well. In terms of Martial's kind of corner, it is the long shots. I know in the first clip he scored, or in the second game, he scored from the edge of the area with a cracking strike, but I just couldn't pop long shots off at him. And I know he's stats low. That's why I've got that as a con. Not because the stats low, because I did have a number of attempts from distance and he just couldn't score him. Lacazette, on the other hand, was doing it very, very well. So to sum up, like I said, agility, finishing and speed were his pros. The cons were the defensive work rates. And with Martial, pros, pace, movement and strength. He is very strong, he can hold his own. So can Lacazette. Lacazette's got 87 physical, so I'm not saying he's a weakling by any stretch of the imagination. And the con with Martial is the long shots. Like I said, these cards are very similar in the way they are set out in stats. They are very similar in terms of skill moves. 4-star for 4-star. We've got weak foot 4-star for 4-star again. And the work rates high on Lacazette, high medium on Martial. The price interests me a lot though, because the hype is obviously with Martial, the league is obviously with Martial, of course, the Barclays on, it's not even the Barclays anymore, is it? The English Premier League is stronger than Ligue 1, hands down on this game, even though you've got the likes of new man of the match, Di Maria, who's just come out, but the Premier League is much more advanced in terms of FIFA abilities than the Ligue 1 in my opinion. So, let's get in the summary. So if you haven't seen this already then lads, we have 5 different categories. Goals scored, assists made, games played, review rating, which is the rating I give these cards in their respective reviews, and the match rating, the highest match rating they got from the 5 games played. So like I said, many times in this, they played 5 games each, and they had 5 games in the same team with other cards and other comparisons or other verses that you want to see. I'll play 5 games with each of the cards. They don't have to be players in the same team. However, like I said, Martial fitted into a team perfectly, so I could compare them within the same team. Goals scored, very, very close. Martial was the out-and-out goal scorer. He scored 8 times in 5 games, a very impressive record. Lacazette scored 6 in 5. However, when it comes to assists made, Lacazette got 4 assists. Martial got 0. That comes down to Lacazette playing kind of deeper in the field with a high defensive work rate. Like I said, it is a con, but sometimes it works for the card. If you're playing him in a 2-striker formation, he's going to get assists. If you're playing him by his ones, he's not going to be as effective in doing so. So, in terms of goal contributions, 10 for Lacazette, we have 8 for Martial. So Lacazette wins in terms of creating more, and scoring more goes to Martial, of course. The review ratings were, I thought Lacazette had a 9.5 in terms of review rating. Martial is very, very OP on this game, so he got a 9.3. Much better than his left forward card. His first in form, much, much better. And the highest match rating today went to Martial. Martial also got a 9.3, the same as his review rating for coincidental purposes. And yeah, Lacazette got a 9.2. But looking at the overall picture, when it comes down to who's better, who's worse, there are 2 very, very good players on this game. I would recommend you pick up Lacazette. Lacazette is great on this game. He's cheaper than Martial. He contributes more than Martial. Even in this, for example, he had 10 goal contributions. Martial had 8. Even though Martial scored more, in terms of creating more and being involved in the game more, that came down to Lacazette. Martial was on the last man all the time, a constant menace all the time. But Lacazette just offers that little bit more. So, for that reason, and it goes with my review rating as well, Lacazette I thought was the better player. Martial is a great player, but I thought Lacazette was better. But we did this versus to kind of ultimately find out who was better from my opinion. I want to hear your opinions in the comment section below, as along with suggestions of which other verses you want to see. Basically, there can be other players like Ronaldo versus Ronaldo, which I will do in the future, don't worry about that. Alongside others, it could be anyone in the game, any versions of any card on the game, just anyone. So that's going to be it for this versus, lads. Like I said at the start, let's try and smash 1,000 likes for the return of the series. I hope you did enjoy, so smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new around here, and as always, I will catch you all next time.